Besides that, I guess good curling, everyone.
Yeah. You're not going to let it go? Mm-hmm. So John's working behind the scenes right now.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
I love the time skip sweeping. I don't think there's anybody else in the curling club who gets at least one of those hands. Who gets down so low to sweep a stone out of the house.
So does anybody have any confirmation if our commentary is coming out over the stream? I'm told by my wife that she can't hear us.
Listen.
Oh, you are.
Oh, okay. Make sure if you have it on in the background, Joe, to actually turn it off or down. Well, I do believe our audio is coming out over the sheet, so we'd like to welcome those that have joined our Kalamazoo Curling Club Monday night curling in Kalamazoo. We have some serious echo on the broadcast end that we're trying to work on, but from what I understand, it's not happening on the viewers' end, which is great news, gentlemen. So on our broadcast tonight, we have myself, Dan Aberg, Jason Hall, Joe Gillish, and Ryan Larson, the skip of our Monday night team, to hopefully take us through the match between Colby Novar's team and Tom Mulholland's team.
And since this is basically team curlers minus Chad, have you guys feel compelled to call me Chad to feel more of a group kind of cohesion thing? Feel free to call me Chad.
We wouldn't do that to you.
Well, so if we're official, we're still joining this contest. His face says, I appreciate that. Not horrible, but Chris Curry delivered.
Here's the bit.
And a nice hit under cover.
It should put them at shot rock.
If I were willing to bet 50 cents right now, I would bet 50 cents on yellow. I'm still trying to work out which of the plethora of gambling apps I'm supposed to be using to wager this 50 cents. But until then,
They should perhaps start a draw king betting ad.
right? Well, Nordine hoping to be a little happier after this shot than his last. Looks like he took plenty of room. Well, now there's no doubt.
As of right now, anyway. So, skip stones left.
We're not
Sorry,
there yet.
guys. I know I've been a little silent here in the background, but trying to adjust some of the audio levels for our viewers. They weren't hearing us as well. So they are now hearing audio from the commentators and less ambient sound.
Sounds fine. We're getting ridiculously more echo in our cans. And that shot is a gem. Not getting the blue quite as far as one might have liked, but it's also kind of open for that last shot. If I'm Team Yellow.
I wasn't paying attention. Are they going to draw food or do some takeout?
I wasn't paying attention either. This is not a good sign. We're supposed to be the ones paying attention.
Looks like Mrs. Nobody out watching the stream.
Well done. Something to talk about with the old guy. Really nice shot. Gets a nice roll in there under cover. Still not sitting out counting that yellow at the back of the forefoot. Distinctly to yellow's advantage, but what are they going to do? Can they do anything with the blue stones? That stone at the back 8 foot is visible.
Might try to draw to the top 4, sit 2.
What I want to know is what would Ryan Larson do?
Anything on the left side of center line. Top 12, as long as they can't use it to run back on the yellow.
So in the house, not a guard.
Yeah, it should be usable for his next one if, I guess depending on what yellow decides to do.
So while we're waiting for the delivery, I think it's a good opportunity to introduce our guests tonight that are broadcasting. So we just heard from Ryan Larson. He's the skip of our Monday Night Culverts team. We happen to have a bye this week. Is the reason we're able to be broadcasting right now, along with Jason Hall. Ryan comes to us from the great state of Wisconsin. He's curled many years. I have a quiz question for you guys. Which state has more curling clubs, Wisconsin or Minnesota?
B, Minnesota.
I thought they were tied, but I'm going to go Wisconsin.
Come on. Can't be a tie.
It's very close to being a tie. From what the Google tells me, Minnesota has 29, Wisconsin has 28.
expected those numbers to be much higher. So if Wisconsin has 28 curling clubs, how many Culvers do they have? And how many does Minnesota have? Wisconsin's got to out Culvers Minnesota, right?
For sure. Ryan is the resident expert on attending Culvers. Ryan, how many Culvers have you been to?
Over 200 of the almost 900 Culvers nationwide now.
It's impressive.
I love it. It is, I think, the finest factoid that we'll be able to dig up for any Kalamazoo Curling Club member. It's joyous to me that that's a thing.
All right, here goes Kobe for the run back double. Not run back, sorry.
Jimmy Guzmundo furiously sweeping.
He does like to sweep.
Mulhern have a draw for 3.
He certainly got 2 in the back pocket already, correct? And he's got a little backer there on the blue if he needs it.
I actually like hitting that blue.
Ryan, what's the shot call?
Probably heavy draw down to that blue. Although ice is unknown on this side. Haven't really played anything over here, so takeout could have been a better option. Whatever Tom usually likes to play is heavy draws.
And of course, I mean, it's first end as well. For people who are not familiar with playing on the ice, the first end is sometimes a little difficult to read, as Mr. Mulhern may have just discovered. That's not the result he was looking for at all.
I do not think that's what they were going for.
That's as my eyes see that, was a result of a steal of one. Sitting 2. Well, if you're going to do it early, I suppose.
So I have an exciting addition to the broadcast for this evening. We do suddenly have lack of echo. So John Benton, if you are somewhere in the background and you did that, whatever you did worked, and thank you.
You're our hero.
We were all halfway to insanity during that first end.
I do. I feel so much more whole now.
So we do have Colby, who's holding the broom right now. This is Colby Novar. He's the skip of Team Yellow this evening. Or no, Team Blue. And Colby's going to join us on hopefully the even ends. After each even end, we're going to hopefully have Colby join us to talk a little about what's happened during the match so far. So that should be exciting.
It should be exciting. I was interested in doing it there the other night. And sorry it didn't work out. It was weird stuff was going on. That's what curling's all about. Weird stuff going on.
And if this is a success, next week, if you are free, Ryan, oh, there it is again.
Welcome back, Echo.
If you're available, Jason, we would love for you to broadcast our game, and I could bring my phone out on the ice, and we can have some discussion between myself and Ryan in the house.
Well, let's end that discussion right now. I will not be available, unfortunately. I'm so sorry.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well, yeah, where's your sound effect? I want your sound effect.
Wait, what?
You better get yours, because if what I heard is true, if I'm in the booth with you, I got to be ready to hear that. I got to be ready for shenanigans like that.
It's queued up.
So's the echo, unfortunately.
That is really strange. Now, again, sorry for our end viewers who have to hear us talk about this, but I'd like to ask each of us broadcasters, did any of you do anything different when the echo stopped?
No.
No.
No, nothing.
Rats. I was really hoping one of you did something.
The
Well,
only thing that I did was
hopefully John did something. And
Oh, he says he's working on it. I'm getting
I
getting
think
some
he's
chat.
not working on it. I think it's fixed.
Well, right now it is for this moment. So I suppose we should get back to broadcasting what's happening on the ice.
Well, there you go. So causing some problems for us, and so that will be the downfall, is lack of hearing the yelling on the ice.
Is it also not happening on the broadcast, do we know, or just for us? I'm wondering.
I don't know. Why don't you guys?
I'll you know what? I believe my wife is downstairs watching the game right now. So, honey, if you could let us know, is there still ambient sound or just? Oh, I think it's just us. So, and viewers, you're stuck with just the voices, the melodic harmonies of Jason, Ryan, Joe, myself, and hopefully Colby at some point. I can make curling noises in the background if you guys would like.
Oh, please don't.
As Chance would have it, if you want, I can dial up some curling noises. I have curling noises.
Of course you do.
I'm not even joking.
So where are we at? Blue is sitting 1, right?
Don't rely on me right now. Rely on Ryan Larson. Where's your skip? Team Culver's
Ryan's a man of few words,
falling apart.
Unless asked.
Gotcha.
Probably going to the bathroom, knowing my skip.
It is the second
And
end.
just telling Joe to just throw whatever he wants to. I'm getting a report from one viewer that we are getting ambient audio and our voices, so, which is fine by me if the only thing is that we're not hearing it.
Yeah, we don't need to hear it.
So I think we're ready for an excellent broadcast the rest of the way, gentlemen.
That sounds
Glitches have been
perfect.
worked out.
So anyhow, yeah, welcome to Kalamazoo Curling Club sound check.
We'll get it by the second end.
That's right.
And Joe, you're monitoring comments for us, are you? Because I don't have a view of comments on YouTube. So you just keep us abreast of what's coming through on YouTube. We'd appreciate that.
Will do.
Kent Elliott in his 82nd year of curling.
Known
So,
as
Jason,
the
maybe you could-
Godfather of Kalamazoo Curling Club.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Jason, maybe you could give us a little history on some of the old brass that started up the club. Kent being one of them, correct?
Kent Elliott is it. He is as OG as it gets for the Kalamazoo Curling Club. It was really him and a wonderful gentleman by the name of John Schmidt, who began the Kalamazoo Curling Club by making a visit to Wing Stadium and walking away with an agreement that Wing Stadium was going to buy a set of stones for us. And they still kind of reflect upon that and ponder that day where they walked out of there and said, "Well, I'll be." They said yes, and we're actually going to begin to do this, and that's what they did. Was started a club, and so Kent served as the first president. He came in with a pedigree from Dean Gemmell, who is the current acting CEO. Is that the interim CEO? I don't know what his exact title is, but of the USA Curling. So Kent Elliott and Dean Gemmell brought this game to Kalamazoo, and look at where Dean Gemmell is. So there's your point of reference.
Bringing the Nationals back to Kalamazoo.
Yeah, for a fourth time, we're really excited. Yeah, if you are watching, right, there's your commercial.
So I know one of the awesome attributes of our skip Ryan is his ability to read the ice. So Ryan, are you viewing anything so far on this sheet that would be catching your eye as our resident skip?
Well, again, so far, only the right side of the sheet has been played on so far in the second end. So obviously speed is picking up. As you can see, previous yellow rocks have been too heavy, which has put yellow in a bad spot right now. So there definitely is curl once you get towards the center line, but it stays pretty straight, about middle of the 8-foot outside. Looks like blue will be guarding the rest of the end as they're sitting 2 at the moment. So
3.
I think they're sitting 3.
They're sitting 3.
Oh, I do see the
It's hidden, right?
Same sentiment though. Let's guard that.
So I don't know if
I have no
That'll
idea.
make it. Oh,
No idea what.
here we go.
I feel better now.
I don't know if anybody's got a stopwatch, but trying to get a split on some of these guards or something short of the house. See what the speed is tonight.
It's nice to hear the yells.
Yeah, I hear some ambient.
No echo. Things are going great. Look at that.
Out of curiosity, broadcasters, who has the squeaky toy in the background? My guess is going to be the Ryan Larson rink.
That's what I vote for.
There's a dog with me. Yes, it's not me.
You're not playing with the toy, Brian?
No.
That's great sound effects though, and it works really well with the wah 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 from Mr. Aberg.
Chris Kirby with some weight.
Will Nordine's
He's gonna hit
guard
something.
is still leaving an opportunity for Chris Kirby. He left that hit available, and I think Chris Kirby is going to get. Oh, is he going to clip? Oh, no. You know what that calls for.
Yes.
Luckily, we know all these people, so I think they can all be good-natured about have a little fun poking.
Well, I think with all the technical problems that we've had, we can just honestly say this is not a lie. We weren't sure if we were on or not. We didn't know.
Yeah, so if you're still with the broadcast, viewers, thank you for sticking with us. This is a new venture for the Kalamazoo Curling Club, and we're excited actually to be able to bring broadcasts to not only our own club members, to family members. Ryan's dad watches our Monday night games as well as his brother-in-law out in Wisconsin, and it's a pretty cool platform we have here with our streaming, and to add commentating is even
That's what
nice.
we want to do.
Yeah, it's a nice additional perk.
For whatever it's worth, the open house up in Traverse City happened, just over the weekend. And rumor is they were watching Kalamazoo Curling Club Stadium, right? Kalamazoo Curling Stadium on monitors there during their open house. So everybody's watching.
They were. And I can add a little fun tidbit on that. A couple people might have heard this on the broadcast last night, but a picture from that game was posted to our internal Slack account for our club members to see. And I zoomed in on it, and lo and behold, it was Team Culver's, and Joe and I were sweeping the stone that was being thrown in the picture.
Nice job.
Yeah, we were really excited about that moment of fame for ourselves. So, Blue is
In control.
littering the house at this point.
Right now. This is one of those instances where, and I understand that that's not an option now, but when you see the stones building up like this in the house, you say, I understand how an 8-ender could happen. It just can by bonk and bonk and bonkety bonk.
So Ryan, do you start clearing damage here, or are you trying to sneak one behind there for a shot?
I think I'm trying to throw a hit on this rock that was just thrown, about a half a rock, and double off the one on the right side of center, and which would leave the delivered stone sitting in front of the rock in the back of the forefoot, just to put one in position that would potentially help us at this end, thus eliminating two stones at the same time. Rather than, I think he is trying to hit the blue one to the left of his broom straight back, doubling off, but he's going to leave himself pretty wide open for Colby to hit that stone back as well.
Your dog really loves that toy, Ryan.
They only get one and loses the shooter.
Not a horrible result, but not quite what they were after.
So, broadcast team, what should we ask Colby about after this end? Depending on, I suppose, what happens here in this shot, unless somebody's got a great Colby question.
I would ask him how thankful he is for stealing one on the first end as opposed to giving up 3.
Yeah.
A swing of 4 points.
Walk us through that stone.
Yeah. Did the result of that, end up being just hanging over your head like an albatross in the second end? Let's get into his head.
Well, the good news for Tom is he should be able to hit something blue.
Odds are good. And at this point, does he happily even give up one? Is that ever in his head,
I think
Mr. Larson?
The shot that he has right now is a hit and stick.
But if he doesn't nose it and is off just a little bit, but sticks around, is he content to give up one?
Yeah, giving up 1 here would be a best case scenario at this point. He's definitely run out of options. If he tries to run this one back, I think he's trying to draw, or just maybe the other option would be just to tap that blue one back in the top of the full 4 above the tee line, tap that back 2 feet, leaving his there, thus making it more difficult for Colby to remove his stone, which wouldn't be shot, but at least it'd be third count.
This is hammer, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
I don't want to
sorry.
say anything, but it's great, to know that as a skip, it doesn't just happen to me.
Hey, Tom Brady makes mistakes too.
I'm
A
sure
little distracted by the dog.
As we all are.
Right.
Actually, I don't hear the squeaking now, so.
Dog has left the room.
Right. And Tom has left the hack.
A little hot, like?
I don't know. It feels like it was going through that zone where we lost transmission. Gets the roll and gives up 3.
4.
4.
4.
Hey guys, just checking in at the end of the second.
Yeah.
Hey, there he is. There's
There you go.
Skip Colby Novar. Well, Colby, do you feel a little fortunate after that first end of somehow stealing one when you were at the mercy of maybe giving up 3?
Yeah, that was really not looking very good. I missed the shot pretty badly, and then fortunately for us, Tom helped us out a little bit. So very fortunate.
And not a bad second end. And what do you do here going into 3?
All right. Yeah, we just able to put the pressure on and stuck it on there. So it was good end. So here we go.
All right, good luck. We'll
Catch
see
you
you at the
guys
end of the fourth.
fourth.
Well, there you go. Live on ice commentary from Colby Novar. That's a first at the Kalamazoo
Of course
Curling
it
Club.
is. Yeah. Historic stuff. Where were
I
you?
don't get for anywhere for
I mean, he sounded like he was calling from or talking from Antarctica, but it still was fun to see him talking on his phone on the ice.
What I was going to try, and what I will test to see if I can do is just to be able to do it from my watch. Should be able to do it, I think.
Oh, that's a safer way to do it, probably.
Yeah, and in truth, like Colby, why not stick around and talk to us? Just make your calls. Let us hear them. You're mic'd. Little deep there.
So, Ryan, I know with our curling team on Monday nights, your typical strategy was we get up 3, 4, everything's in the house. What's the strategy for the opposing team if you get one in the house, typically?
Putting rocks in play.
It's a good start.
Corner guards, something you can use later in the end. Obviously, nothing in the house for the first 2 rocks of the end, so they can hit. This looks like it's going to turn out pretty good. So ideally, maybe throw up another corner guard on the other side next end, generate some offense. Start going behind those corner guards, kind of ignoring some of those stones that blue puts in the house up until maybe the 5th yellow stone. Got to hope for some misses here too to generate some, or at least some half shots to generate some offense for yellow.
we have a viewer that thinks curling looks really cool and wants to know how could I get involved.
That's a fantastic question and a wonderful point. And the answer, of course, is all found at KalamazooCurlingClub.com.
Would said questioner care to share where they are watching this from?
Geographically, find a club near you. Mitch. Looks maybe a little hot. Maybe.
Yes, you can get involved. Join the curling club by doing a Learn to Curl, which we offer certain Saturdays of the month.
Well, I could tell you Saturdays, Joe. If you're in the Kalamazoo area, we have Learn to Curls, 2 currently scheduled. I haven't checked to see if the February 4th, which is this upcoming Saturday,
it's coming
from 2
up.
to 4. Yep, this Saturday we've got to Learn to Curl. If it's not full, and then I believe for sure we still have openings for March 11th from 2 to 4 p.m. again on a Saturday. If you live in this area, you haven't tried curling, come on out. We'd love to teach you how to play this great sport.
Even
And
if you
for
don't
people,
live in the area, come and discover Kalamazoo in Kalamazoo.
right on, come visit. It's also worth pointing out that when you do try to learn to curl and you say, I think that I like this stupid sport, that is a nice shot by the old blue team. Kent Elliott, get it done. Sunday afternoons are the Jaeger League is a wonderful place for people to pick up a little bit more knowledge about curling. You've gone out, you've tried it, you've learned what it's about. You think you can do it, and then you play in some games for 3 or 4 weeks, and by the time you're done, you know if you're a curler or not. You really get a good feel for the game. Wonderful double. Mike Otto, another one of the founding members of the Kalamazoo Curling Club. Been around since day one. We're pretty near. Tom Mulhern getting down.
So a pretty clean sheet, which is probably not ideally what Team Yellow, Team Mulhern is looking for right now. There's not a lot of places to hide. They do have one place to hide, and that's where they're trying to hide.
Walking along with it, never looking like they want to put a broom to it. And that's the end of that story.
So Ryan, since we kind of got this open sheet right now, I think it's a good time for you to tell us about the fact that you curled in, number one, a unique county in Wisconsin. Tell us how many curling clubs are in your county that you grew up in.
Columbia County, which is just north of Madison, about 40 minutes, has 5 curling clubs. Portage has 4 sheets. Partyville has 2 sheets. Poynette has 2 sheets. Arlington has 3 sheets, and Lodi has 2 sheets. So, typically a good place to curl throughout the winter. Every few years, the Columbia County hosts the Senior Men's National Curling Championships, I believe. Just because they have so many sheets they can use, they get, I think, roughly 64, 96 teams, somewhere in there. Usually starts on a Thursday, ends on a Sunday. But teams rotate between clubs. I know the hospitality is great always. Dan, Joe, I think you can attest to that, as you were curling in Lodi about a month ago.
Still trying to lose weight.
Yes, it was a great place to play. And so out of curiosity, how many, I think I read somewhere that roughly 19 high schools in Wisconsin have curling teams. Does that sound accurate, Ryan? And how many right there in your little county have curling teams?
It's all Arlington and Poynette are within the same school district. So that would be just one high school team. But then the other 3 clubs do have high school teams. So four high school teams right in Columbia County.
That's a pretty unique opportunity, this part of our great country. Now, did you curl in high school, Ryan?
Did curl in high school. I actually was able to curl high school in my in 8th grade as well.
Ooh.
So I actually got to curl 5 years in high school curling.
You must have been a prodigy.
Started a trend.
Any big winnings in high school? Did they move on to a state tournament or anything?
Every January there is a high school Bonspiel held in Wausau that many of the high school teams get together. I believe they kind of break it down into two divisions, kind of the JV and the varsity team. So you don't get a varsity team from one school playing a JV team from another school. It's kind of even out competition. Um, that happens, I believe, beginning to mid January, and then state championships usually happen. I believe it's in late January, early February. So, kind of coming up to that here shortly.
And did you compete at that level? Did you win
compete
anything?
at that level. I did win state a couple times.
Nice. Well, there you go. We have a Wisconsin State High School Championship curler on our broadcast tonight. I dare any other club to say they have that on their broadcast tonight.
Right.
So the end has remained fairly clean here. It seems to be a little hit game going on.
It seems to me, if this goes the direction that it looks to go, that blue remains in control.
Still hanging around for 3. With Skip Stones left.
Mitch doing a fantastic job prepping the Hack and Stone for his skip. Really stellar.
He's doing a good job as lead.
I want to.
You don't worry about being part of the calls down there. You get your skip stones ready, get the ice cleaned up, and just shut up and sweep.
Correct, and it's not often recognized, and I think that we should recognize it. That's my point with Mr. Mitch saying, "Wow, what a great job he's doing all that prep work. What a great performance."
I'm sure Mitch is going to really appreciate the lead shout out.
Well, look forward to this. This is we need to get a thing going here where we get a database going of fun facts from all of the players. We're going to put out a questionnaire so that we have wonderful tidbits to bemuse the audience with throughout the season.
Absolutely.
A little heavy. Ice must be speeding up pretty good by now. Must be what we call up to speed.
Yeah, it's a thing that happens, and it usually happens right about the third end.
So I had a couple non-curlers who said they might jump on tonight. So if any of you non-curlers are on, why don't you mention something in the comments section? Somebody from the other side of the state, Detroit area, and from Hillsdale, Michigan might be joining.
This sounds like maybe a 1-900 number from the 1990s, kind of a party line. Is this what we have going on?
No, this is just me trying to promote Kalamazoo's Curling Club and our fine streaming broadcast that we do.
It's actually, that's actually a terrific idea to include somebody like who thinks curling is stupid. Somebody who thinks curling is dumb, to just have them kind of come on and ask questions and discover the game.
Yeah. So if there is anybody that's watching right now, we had the one person ask about curling earlier. I mean, we can certainly explain a little more of the strategy. If you have questions, just put your questions in the comment section and we will do our best to answer.
Curling for dummies.
That one person is a Kalamazoo Curling Club member. Mr. Jerry Brano asked the question about how he can get into curling.
Okay.
I think he's ready to try it.
He might be a convert.
So I do have a stopwatch.
Get it going.
I tried this with when we had Marcus Gleaton on the broadcast, and
Yeah.
he was not very fond of the idea of me trying to time. Well, he wanted the hog to hog. So let's see if I can give us
That's what you got to do. Boom.
a hog to hog time
then
here,
we'll
and maybe Ryan can tell us what it means. So it's crossed hog 1, and it is nearing hog line number 2. So I had that at a 13.28, which.
What's that
Scale
mean
of
to
one.
you, Ryan?
Yeah,
Scale of
Ryan.
two.
Yeah, I guess that's more important. What happened?
So some teams like to use backline to hog split time, and some teams like to use hog to hog. I guess kind of a preference. Some teams use both at the same time. Teams that get good at this can predict where the rock's going to end up kind of as soon as it leaves the thrower's hand. So I myself like to use the old school method and just see where it ends up about halfway down, unless I got good communication from the team and give me a ballpark idea of where it's going to end up. But you can't always rely on your sweepers to judge the stones.
I feel attacked.
I do too. I do too. There we are building up the leads, and now we cut them down.
So Ryan, actually, Joe and I did a little test broadcast last night, and this came up last night. So a number of curling teams use a numbering system to try to tell where they believe the stone is going to end up, with positions 1, 2, and 3 in the guard area, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 throughout the house. We don't typically do that on our Monday night team. What value do you see in doing that, and is that something you would like Joe and I to start doing?
I love it. It's like you're in the locker room.
Personal preference by the team. Some teams prefer just to, give a short of the house, top 12, back 8. So just depends on the team. But no, the method that we use on Monday night is just fine.
Oof.
I agree.
I feel vindicated, Joe.
All right. Mulhern putting the rocks in play. I think if you're Team Novara, you're any rock in the house, just start taking them out, right? Keep scoring down to a minimum at this point.
Trying to force a 1, especially on the even ends.
Just like that.
At this point, yellow should be trying to move blue stones behind the tee line so that they can use them throughout the end rather than trying to take out stones, which would just allow blue to come back down and repeat that process. So
you'd be calling
tap, back 8, back 12.
Just
move them back 8, back 12 foot, so that you can try and freeze, draw down 2 as the end progresses. It's like they're trying to come around.
Yeah, they're trying to draw in right to the button.
So
behind
this is
cover.
always going to leave blue a short run back, which isn't too difficult, or just
Oh yeah, they can see most of that. So you don't even need to stick around, right? They can hit that and roll out just fine. They don't have to worry about rolling under their blue.
Yeah, blue doesn't need to stick around. They got plenty of rocks in play at this point. Probably prefer not to have many at all at this point.
Uh-oh, it might be in trouble.
This may not work.
I believe I have something for Kent after that shot. Do y'all know what it is?
What do you have for a good shot?
Well, I have it queued up, and then I'm just haven't seen as many of them as I would like, and I keep forgetting to play it. So I'm ready.
Well, be ready because I like Mike. Here's Mike Otto.
Okay. All right. What is Mike trying to do so I know that he accomplishes the shot? He's just trying to.
It looks like he's trying to hit this blue at the edge
Okay.
of the 4 foot.
I'm ready for a Mike Otto.
Hit and stick. And I think it might be over squirreling.
So that would be what we call a pro side miss. Making sure that if you are going to miss on the correct side.
I wanted to play it for Mike, but I couldn't quite come to do it on that one.
No.
It's ready. It's ready.
Well, get ready. Maybe Mr. Elliott will be worthy of it. Got to curl a bit.
I think it will.
Here it comes.
I played this ice. It's looking very similar to the ice that I saw last night, and it's nice and predictable, and it will curl at the end.
All right, Mike has definitely got an opportunity to hear his sound. Jason, we call, if he was to make this shot and get rid of both blues, we call this on the Culver's team.
Do tell.
That is the double Butterburger takeout.
Another.
Look at all the free advertising Culver's is getting tonight. We need to hit them up.
We do need to hit them up.
Cue up that sound here.
Oh.
I think if they'd have done the intern but hit the one closest to the center line, they had a better opportunity for a double. Instead of the way they just did it.
Which one would you have hit, Ryan Larson?
Center line side. Actually, I wouldn't have hit either one of them. I think I would have tried to freeze to one of those instead. Do we have a count on our viewers on YouTube currently?
We have 18 at the moment,
That's
including
fantastic.
myself. So technically 17 people.
What was the peak, Joe? Have you been keeping an eye?
Right now it's the peak. We're at 14 a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm not sure the start of our broadcast probably kept a lot of people around if they were here for the start.
I'm surprised that I'm still here.
Once the voices in our head stopped. Looks to be over curling. Maybe not. Mulhern with the Mulhern jog down to throw.
I worry about him slipping on the ice all the time. He does something that boggles my mind.
We say learn the curls all the time. Do not run on the ice. Running is fine. Stopping is where you fall.
Nordine has been curling since the age of 2.
Fun fact about Will Nordine. I know Joe knows the answer to this question, but Jason, Ryan, do you know where Will grew up primarily?
If my memory is correct, is it someplace like Indonesia?
Is someplace like that. Yes, he grew up in the Philippines.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think
Known
born
for
in.
curling.
Yeah. Are there any curling clubs in the Philippines? Do we know?
I guess not.
I wouldn't say no. That's a
couple
Google search
years
away.
ago, during the Kalamazoo Cash Spiel, I believe we had a team from India.
Correct.
You did. That is correct. A great group of guys too. They were fun.
I think I might need to get something queued up.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
I
hopefully
won't.
that's not what you're hoping to queue up.
No.
I think we'll leave that sound effect alone for a bit.
No, that hurts all by itself.
So, Joe, no one chimed in that said they're a newer curler. How about this question for our viewing audience? We know we have some Kalamazoo people on the line, but is anybody watching not from Kalamazoo? And if so, why don't you type in where you are watching the broadcast from, and we'll see where our furthest viewer comes to us from tonight on the Kalamazoo Curling Club Monday night broadcast.
Anyone from Ontario?
I do know there is a viewer that is watching, getting some text messages from this viewer. He's got over 40 years of curling experience from the
Nice.
Poinette Curling Club in Poinette, Wisconsin.
Well, I think it's time for you to give a shout out to your dad, Ryan. What's your dad's name?
Tim Larson, welcome. Welcome to the broadcast.
Taking a break from ice fishing to watch curling.
I am really glad that he is here tonight with us.
Mr. Larson, did you ever think you'd see the day when your boy was announcing a curling broadcast that you could watch on online? That's something pretty special.
Well, Mr. Larson came to our club several years ago. We were in the current ice situation that we kind of currently have. But it was his first time out on the ice, and at least in a while, and in a while with his son. And so I demanded that they get out on the ice and get a photo. And he subbed with us, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He played with us, so he's played in Kalamazoo.
He came over to visit for a long weekend, and I told him to stick around for Monday. He could leave on Tuesday.
Perfect.
So he came out. I told him to bring his curling stuff because their subs are always needed on Monday nights.
Right. We will fit you in.
We have Kristen from Battle Creek. Leanne Hayward from Muskegon. But they say not quite as far as Wisconsin.
Hello, Kristen. Hello, Leanne.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
All right. So what's going on in the tent? We got no bar sitting 1.
Lined up in a row. What, Ryan? What can we do with that?
I think the center one stays.
There's room to get to the button for the yellow team should they want to, but if they wanted to move blue, is there ever a way to do it? Is that 3 in a row quickly or tightly lined up? Is that
You can get rid of 2. If you nose hit the top blue one, you can get rid of 2. The delivered stone would be lined up on top of the middle blue stone, but sitting probably fourth count, so I'm not sure that is really an option. Outturn draw to the button, as Jason mentioned, could be a good option. A little more difficult. Guess I'm not sure what the called shot is here.
Is it ever an in-off of their own? Is that the call? If that was the call, that seems a weird call to me.
Agreed?
Desperate times.
But you need multiple. You're down 6.
True, a 1 here doesn't help.
Oh,
Unless
we're
you're trying to
losing
get-
one viewer. We're losing one viewer. My wife is logging off from downstairs.
Bless her for hanging around with this group.
Hey, we're up to 19. We're at a high. It's going to drop to 18 in a second.
I'm at
Tell
7.
your friends. Join. Although I'm not sure how much longer this match is going to be going on.
Which brings us to my point yesterday. How hard is it to switch to a different sheet? Probably not going to find out tonight.
No, you're not going to find out tonight. My
No.
understanding would be that we could, as a phone call thing, disengage and re-engage. Just do it over again on a different sheet, but it would be awkward because you'd be joining another game midway, and I don't think that's the way to go.
I don't think so either.
Not worth.
Does our
the-
broadcast
not worth the
require a
hassle.
minimum number of ends to be played?
No, it certainly doesn't. It certainly doesn't. In fact, you could stop your broadcast, and leave off the last 2 ends that turned out to be really big. It wasn't the runaway that you guys thought it was, and you abandoned us last night.
I tuned back in and
Turned
saw
out
that
to be a tight one.
it got a little closer, and I told Joy, I said, I think we did leave too soon.
It wasn't good.
What did you end up winning by? So when we left you, you were ahead by what? 5?
We were up by 5. And we ended up winning by 1. It was not pretty. But the team that we played against, Drew Perkowski and Kim Sandiford, these folks are pretty new to the club. Have played before, for a couple of years, but they've not been good. The early part of the season, they were totally winless, and they had lost their first game in this new Sunday night season, and then they won their next 2. They won their first as a team, and then they won their second in a row, and they were really they were on a streak. They were they were playing well.
That's
They
awesome.
really
Just
were
gotta-
making some good shots.
Just to interrupt real quick, I just got a text from Colby. He would like to jump in real quick here after the shot has been thrown.
Whoa!
Ooh, okay. What do we got
Put
to
him
ask
down as
about, Colby?
executive producer. Executive producer.
So
Colby
this is a
Nogar.
shot that is not fun to
No
make.
conflict of interest.
Drawing against 4.
Really tight to the line.
Yeah, and he's a little narrow. And another
Resulting
4.
in
Another 4.
3.
Hey guys,
Three?
just checking in again with you.
Hi, Colby. You shaking hands?
Here comes Colby. Colby, you there?
Hey Dan, I am here. Can you hear me okay?
I
Colby's
think
talking. I think he's muted. we can watch Colby
No,
right now.
I
Look
am not muted. Just really loud in here.
great stuff, Colby.
I think he's muted.
All right, maybe I'll check
Colby,
in
you're muted.
after this game.
Unmute.
He's not. I can hear him.
Oh, you can hear him?
I can hear him. Colby, if you're there, I can hear you. You're not shaking hands. What's
In the house, Jimmy.
Jimmy Gizmundo? We haven't brought up his name. What kind of role has he played tonight? He can't hear me.
The viewers can hear him, though. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Unless he asks us a question. Then.
Wow, some yelling from one of the
I'm
other
going to try and
sheets.
meet the rest
Very
of the
prominent.
audience in here. Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you perfectly fine, Colby. This is Jason. Can you hear me?
We'll check in with Marcus playing the seat next to us.
Marcus.
What up, people getting killed?
Bring in the president.
Their skip on that Greek team sucks. He hasn't made a shot yet. All right, catch you guys in a few.
Very insightful moment with Skip of the blue team with the commanding lead here.
So I'm curious if the audience was able to hear Colby. I did not hear him. They were?
Yep, Leanne and Loria both said that they could hear him. I could not.
I could not either. That's really weird.
I also have the ambient sound muted, but that shouldn't matter.
I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Aza. Kristen Ray's daughter, Aza, is watching. Aza, I believe you're a young new curler. We're excited to have you curling in our club, and we look forward to watching you someday curl and announcing your games.
I would love to watch her announce her own games. That would be impressive.
Not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but what I went with.
Mulhern starting with the corner guards.
So I think we're at a point of the match. Do we think Team Yellow is going to score during the match? Is it worth asking?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they're going to find some love here. They do have the guards set up.
If I'm Kent Elliott, I'd like to score one before I left. But if you hang another three, I mean, like, come on, this is stick a fork in them, kids.
Well, my button is very close. My finger is very close to the button for the positive sound effect, and I really want to play it for Team Yellow. So I'm hoping Mike Otto gives me that opportunity.
Looks like we have a pronunciation correction. It's Isa, and she's very excited. We're excited to have you watching and listening and following along.
Thanks, Isa. Sorry I pronounced your name wrong.
Say following us along and correcting us, and that's really what it boils down to is just letting us know we're wrong. Grown-ups, Can't tell you it's a grown-up. But I don't think anybody minds that being out of play at the end of the day.
No.
The fewer rocks in play for blue, the better at this point.
Yeah.
Glad to see Tom trying to use his corner guards here this end. Some offense set up to try and generate a point or two.
He's
So
really
getting
expecting a lot of curl with that broom. Team Novar has not missed many hits. In fact, I'm not sure they have flashed in Kalamazoo tonight. Joe, have they?
Joe's going to the bathroom.
We've been wanting to put that on a T-shirt.
My point is they've been throwing a lot of hits tonight, and of course they've been making the hits that they've been throwing, and yeah, so that says it all. And I think we're looking at another one right now. Not minding if the shooter rolls out.
So I'm going to get a little less ice on the call from Mr. Mulhern this time.
Because this, I think, and Brian, you've probably heard something like this before. There's only 4 stones, left to be thrown here for yellow in this end. Why don't they want to get into the house, super duper earlier? Why aren't they super concerned about it? Because it's early.
All right,
Yeah,
Throwing 5th and 6th rocks, but it's early.
Yellow just needs to get something behind cover at this point. Try and get
this is closer to finding it.
Yep. I mean, at this point, even if it's behind the tee line, but behind cover, it's still better than leaving it
Correct.
short and exposed.
Just because on that shot from Chris Kirby.
Yeah, baby.
Close enough.
Is that the sound you thought I would play, Joe?
It's not a great use of it. The result of the throw was not even for shot.
I had to use it at some point. See, look at it. It ended up being a great shot.
Be affected, yeah.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
You missed the first positive sound effect, and you told me what you said, what you thought, what yours would be. So you'll have to tell me offline, and we'll play next time. I played a little Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
There we go.
Here's mine.
That's good. I may or may not be partaking in a beverage that I've never had before this evening. It was given to me over the weekend. Something called Braided Blonde from Block Brewing Company. It's a Kolsch style ale.
I too was partaking in an adult beverage that I had never had. And
This
I can't pronounce it.
This brewery is in Howell, Michigan. Block Brewing Company.
Oh, I've been there.
Have you?
I've had many family brunches there. Yeah.
I
Good
had
food,
a
good
beer
food,
from
good
the
people.
world's oldest brewery. Brewed in
Guinness?
Bavaria, Germany since 1040.
Get
Wow.
out. Get out.
It tasted like it was brewed in 1042. It was my
Whoa,
favorite beer I've ever had.
ouch. Wah, wah. There's your review. And Blue continues to put on the hits. Again, by my eye, and I could be wrong, I think Blue is sitting 2. What's the consensus?
I see 2 blue. I gotta take about a 10-minute break here. I'll be back.
Walk the dog.
We may not be here, Ryan, but
Okay.
if we are, we'll welcome you back.
If not, Godspeed.
Maybe we'll be able to get a post-match interview with Colby. If I can't hear him again, I would like you to ask him, Jason, why they were such bullies this evening.
I know. Here's my experience. Well, I played against Will, I don't know, on last Tuesday, and he was merciless. It was we were totally shut out. It was a bloodbath. It looked like a Tarantino film. And I think we were sitting shot, and I asked him about just like maybe you'd let it just hang around for a little bit, and he would not hear of it. He said no, man, I can't do that. So he keeps his foot to the gas.
I used to have a gentleman I coached with in Little League baseball, and he would tell our team, he was pretty ruthless, and he would say, when you got your foot on their throat, don't let the foot up.
Yeah,
Which I thought was a little much for the 9 and 10-year-old Little Leaguers, but
correct. Too soon. You're gonna get a good roll off of this.
okay.
I think that Mr. Mulhern appreciates that, and he's definitely shot now.
So I didn't even give it a chance. We were so chaotic at the start with our echoing. I was going to explain why we are watching these two teams this evening. So Shizzler League plays basically 2 sessions, a fall session and a winter session, and then we'll have playoffs here at the end of, or into March, end of February. I guess it'll be into March. And so I looked at the standings for the first session, and Marcus Gleaton's team finished the first session in first. Our team did finish second, and in third place, 1 loss behind us, were these 2 teams. They both had a tie for third, so I thought it would be a good match for these 2 to go up against each other. And I do believe Colby's team, I think they lost the last 2 weeks, so they do have a little venom that I think they wanted to get out tonight based on the last 2 weeks, and they seem to have regrouped in a big way. Not sure that's what Colby was looking for.
Not either.
Are you ever just content to? I mean, you're not handing them 1 at this point, right?
Well, actually, the more I think about it, I guess Colby was just trying to, I think, probably put a guard there to keep Tom from drawing down to that blue one and maybe just subtly tapping it. So maybe that was what he wanted to do. Although we believe right now that yellow has 1, correct?
That's what my eye sees.
I mean, I'm just wondering if that's
Close.
not. I'm just thinking that can't be what we're seeing, because why is Tom looking at anything other than just drawing to the 8-foot with the whole right side of the sheet available to him.
There really probably shouldn't be too much thinking about it.
Unless he thinks he can nudge that blue to get 3.
I think so, but you got to worry about crashing on that blue guard.
You need multiple points.
Yeah. I think he just needs to draw, get his 2, and live to see another end.
And maybe I'm wrong, but if you were really wanting to get the blue nudged, why not just raise your yellow back into it? That's the shot Ryan Larson would make.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yes,
and he would make it.
Yeah, because if you do make that shot, it's for 3. I still am not sure with this ice what the call is here. This is the last stone, right? Am I?
That's what
it
I'm
is.
seeing.
This is hammer stone.
Okay, I'm a little mystified, but let's just eat our popcorn and see what happens.
We do need a sound effect. We do need to probably get some copyright infringement going and get a hammer time thing going.
Yeah, I have all kinds of ideas for sound effects, but I did have a discussion with John, and there are some issues in that. Yeah, over YouTube. Oh no! Oh no!
Well, that's not the result that they're looking for there either.
You don't think so?
I'm thinking it might be.
There it is.
Handshakes.
And we have the handshakes.
Well,
I do believe they got their 1, though.
They did get their 1.
Well, now the golden question is Colby going to jump on for a gloating post-game interview? Is that going to happen?
It should.
Gloating won't happen, no.
Gloating won't happen. I'll give him a little dig about his last 2 weeks if I can hear him. If not, I'd appreciate if you would do that, Jason, and ask him what different happened tonight compared to his last couple of weeks of curling on Monday night. What changed?
What do you suspect it would be?
We curled better.
Nice.
We made shots.
Not vitamins.
What's Colby gonna do? Is he gonna grab that phone?
We know the current standings going into tonight.
Yeah, I looked. I mean, it's hard because some teams right off the bat have had buys, and it's. I don't know if you could take a peek, Joe.
Probably not.
Are you doing this
hey,
on your
Dan,
phone
it's
as
Colby
well?
checking back in.
Oh, hey, Colby.
Colby, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Dan might
Can you
be
hear
having
me?
some trouble. Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you, Colby.
Hey, Joe.
Joe, be our conduit.
A great game tonight, Colby. What was different about tonight's game than the last couple of weeks of playing? You guys came out on a dominant force tonight.
Well, I think the key to tonight's game is that we got a lot of guards or rocks in play early in the end that they just didn't try to hit or couldn't remove. So that really helped us tonight.
Joe, ask him if that means that Jim Gizmundo is the MVP tonight.
I would give the MVP to Jimmy Gizmundo. That is correct.
Beautiful.
Yeah, if the front end does their job, the rest of the end is easy.
If you guys are going to be on for a minute, I may try to check back in when I get off the ice in 30 seconds.
We're out of here, dude.
Yeah, we're out of here.
It's over.
Great game.
Thanks for the post-game interview. And he's gone.
He's like, fine, I'm out too.
Well, he's probably got an interview with the Tribune or something. I don't know.
The Gazette.
Yes. Well, a commanding lead, and they've erased the scoreboard. But eventually, you're going to be able to, rewind this video and see what the score was. It was pretty lopsided. We think that the yellow team did score in the end to make it. What would that have been? Like a 9-1
Yeah.
A lot
victory.
to one.
No, I think it was. It was absolutely 9-1. And what did they complete? 5 ends.
Yeah.
So a pretty dominant effort by Team Novar. Joe, I did take a quick peek at the early standings for the winners session. And right now, yours truly, Team Culvers, is tied for first with Team Gleaton, Marcus Gleaton, and a whole bunch of teams kind of bunched up right behind us.
And
So,
hey, Dan,
Preview
it's
of next
Colby
week's
again.
match.
Can you hear me better?
Team
Oh, there
Culver's
he
against
is.
Marcus Wheaton.
ooh,
back in the
oh my
room.
gosh, and Jason's not available.
Jason's
For the-
available.
Jason is available next Monday?
Oh, no, I'm not available next Monday. No, I can't do that.
Oh,
No.
that would be that'd be special. First
Marcus
place versus
Gleaton
second place.
is behind
Well,
in
tied
their
for
game
first
right
place matchup. But
I hear a Colby in the background.
now. Hey, I checked back in. Hopefully, you guys can hear me.
Yep, we're still
do.
here, Colby.
I'm
he's
in
back.
the warm room. I thought it might be a little easier to hear me here.
I can't hear him. I don't know why I can't hear him. So I'm leaving this up to you guys.
It sounds like he's in a cave.
Turn your volume up.
Yeah, dude.
Unmute him.
Turn your hearing aid up, Dan.
Yeah, damn it.
I don't hear
Is this
Colby
better
either.
at all?
I can hear you fine, Colby.
Okay.
I'm also probably the youngest one on this broadcast.
Hey,
Apparently
Joe.
only good
to your
curlers
point, I think
can't hear
the
Colby.
Marcus Gleaton rink is behind in their game right now.
Oh,
Well,
who
I
are they
think-
matched up against?
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Marcus is trailing to who, Colby?
I think they are currently getting beat pretty badly.
Getting a little on ice commentating.
Well, I'm in the warm room now, so
Can we
I
switch
got off
over
the
to
ice.
the Wheaton game?
No.
Switch
Sorry.
over to sheet C.
What
Team
sheet are they playing on?
C, as in Colby.
You guys enjoy trying to do that. I'm going to check out a wonderful learning experience. Thanks for enduring the sound check in the early part of this. We're going to get our things together. We will. It'll be good.
Have to.
It'll be good.
Well, Jason,
All right,
I'd like to thank you for jumping on. I am going to make a quick attempt, see if I can move this over, just for funsies.
This will go great.
Thank you, Jason.
If it's it's if there's a substantial amount of time, whatever, it's all good.
Now, you know what? I'm not going to try. I don't want Echo City to go out over the broadcast. So
Correct. There's probably more that needs to be done.
yeah. So with that, Joe Gillish, Ryan Larson, thank you for joining. Jason, myself, we hope those of you who stuck around, there's 8 left, enjoyed this evening's session of Curling Night in Kalamazoo.
Thank you.
Good curling.
Good curling.